Hey everybody, Captain Algebra here. So I'm decided to start doing some other videos other than just the Video Games Monthly unboxings to add a little bit of variety to my YouTube channel. For right now, it's just going to be a lot of just video game stuff, and then maybe after that I'll venture into some other things. So I'm going to start doing some pickup videos. So I've got quite a bit this time. I think this is going to be from, April 6th was when I got my last Video Games Monthly box. So I've gotten quite a bit since then. So why don't we get started? So the first couple games are actually from a store called Mantiques in the town that I live in. It's a pretty cool store. It's got all sorts of stuff, from the 80s on up. It's got G.I. Joe, He-Man, Star Wars stuff, pretty much anything, 80s cartoons, 70s shows, that kind of stuff. Pretty nerdy stuff that's pretty cool. But he's also got some video games. And so every once in a while I'll go in. He doesn't have a huge selection, but I just like to see what he's got. So I picked up a couple NES games for pretty cheap. First one was Wrath of the Black Manta. I hadn't heard of this game, but it was $5. So I looked it up quick while I was there. I thought it looked kind of fun. And since I'm trying to add to my video game collection, I thought, why not? It's cheap. Go for it. So I played a little bit. It was kind of fun. Next one was a game that I had as a kid with my brother. It's an RPG. Not a huge fan of RPGs, but I know it's a good game. A lot of people like it, so I thought I'd pick it up because I think it was again $5, which was Dragon Warrior. So fun game. Again, not huge into RPGs, but I thought I'd give it a try and grow my collection. And then after my last Video Games Monthly box, I told you guys I'd picked up some games from a coworker, and some of them I already had, so I was going to trade them in. And so this next haul is from what I got from the local store from trading in. So mostly just NES games. First one is just Cybernoid, the fighting machine. Picked this one up for I think about $10. Just got it because it's in the box, and it's actually in very good condition. It's got the manual and everything. So anytime I see cheap, complete in box games, I'm going to pick them up. The next one, which I had never played as a kid, but a lot of people talk about it and seemed to really liked it, so I thought, it's a couple bucks, I'll pick it up, was Blaster Master for the NES. Only played a little bit, just I've been getting so many games, and I've only had a chance to just test them, make sure they work. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time with them. But for the few minutes I played this, I really enjoyed it. It seemed like a lot of fun. I know it's created by Sunsoft, which a lot of people like. Next one was actually on my wish list for Video Games Monthly. I've been wanting for a while. And that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Played this arcade game all the time as a kid. Now it's fun to have it on the Nintendo. And again, another one on my wish list, which I've been wanting for a long time. I've got it on the Wii Virtual Console, but I wanted the actual game, and that's Metroid for the NES. So again, these were just what I picked up with the trade-in that I got for I think it was Super Mario World, and Super Mario All-Stars, which I'd already had. So that was a good pickup. Next, I had some cash from a buddy who owed me some money for picking him up some stuff when I went to visit him a couple months ago. And so I was looking on eBay just trying to decide what I wanted. So I saw a couple complete in box games that I really wanted. So first of all was Streets of Rage for the Genesis. Had this as a kid, but again, I shared it with my brother. So he was the one who ended up keeping it. So I was able to pick this up, played it the day I got it, beat it, and just really enjoy the Streets of Rage game. So that was exciting. And then I also got for the Super Nintendo, complete in box, Home Alone. I know it's not a great game, but it's one of those games I played as a kid all the time, and so there's a lot of nostalgia here. So I just really enjoy it, and now it's nice to have it in the box. And it's actually my first complete in box Super Nintendo game. I had quite a few Super Nintendo games growing up, but we never kept the boxes, so that's good. Next up were just a couple games from my brother. He goes to garage sales a lot and flea markets and just picks stuff up, mostly toys and stuff, and then he sells them on eBay. But anytime he gets some video games, he asks me if I need them or not, and so he picked up a couple Nintendo 64 games for me. Nothing exciting. They're actually 2 sports games, which I don't play a ton, but it's just good to add them to my collection. So the first one is NFL Quarterback Club 98, and then Kobe Bryant and NBA Courtside. So again, games I'm not going to play a ton, but it's just nice to have them in my collection. And then next, I went home this past weekend. just to visit my parents. Hadn't seen them in a while. And I went to the game store there, which is relatively new, and they're under new ownership, so I thought I'd check it out. Previously, the prices were a little high, so I didn't like to buy stuff there, but I thought I'd go in and just see what's up. So I went with my brother and his sons, and we ended up finding a few games. So first, I've got Adventures of Dino Ricky. Again, a Nintendo game that's in the box. It was pretty cheap. It's not in the best shape. It's got a little hole in the corner there. It doesn't have the manual, but looked like it was a fun game, and it's in the box, so I thought, for cheap, why not pick it up? And then another one which is on my wish list for Video Games Monthly, which I wanted for a very long time, Double Dragon 2 for the NES. Still looking for Double Dragon 1, but I saw this and couldn't resist getting it. Hadn't seen it in my local game store for a while, so I thought I'd get it, and it's a fun game. Double Dragon, just a classic. And then probably my favorite pickup from the last couple weeks. So I've been looking for a Super Nintendo, the original version. I've got a mini. We had an original as a kid, but we left it plugged in during a thunderstorm once, and we got hit by lightning, and so it fried. And I picked up a Game Genie about a month ago, but the Game Genie didn't work on the mini version. So I wanted the original to be able to use the Game Genie on if I ever want to use it occasionally, and then also just to have an original Super Nintendo again. And so I contacted Video Games Monthly. They were going to get me one. I think they sell them for $40 plus shipping and handling, which is a good deal. And they just come back from the Midwest Gaming Conference, but they didn't have the cords for me yet. So I was waiting on it, and I said, just when you get the cords, let me know, and I'll get it. Well, I go into this game store where I got the Double Dragon and the Adventures of Dino Ricky, and I see this sitting up on the shelf for I thought was a pretty good price, so I had to pick it up. And so I got a complete in-box Super Nintendo with Super Mario World for $100. Now I went into my local game store when I got back, and he said they usually go for about $130. But there's another game store just a town over that sells them for $250. This exact same thing. So I figure, I got a pretty good deal for getting it for $100. So I was pretty excited, and it works. It's in good shape, so that's pretty cool. And then, so since I already had Super Mario World, and mine was in better condition than the one that came in the box, so I ended up trading that version in, and then I'm just using my Super Mario World to go in the box for the complete set. I traded in and then got some more stuff from the local game store. So first, I got 2 NES Game Genies. I only need one, but he gave me both for $5. So I'm like, might as well get them. Then I got another NES game, which is a favorite from playing as a kid, and that's the Three Stooges. It's just a fun game. It's one of those games I can just plug in and play whenever I just need to relax. Don't need to think too much about this game. And then I got a couple Sega Genesis games because they were pretty cheap. I got Taz and Escape from Mars for Genesis in the box. Doesn't have the manual, but still fun game. Then I got Cool Spot, which is complete in the box. I've been looking for this game. I played a lot as a kid on the Super Nintendo. It was just one of those games I just enjoyed playing with my friends and stuff. So that's cool. And then last but not least, another game I'd been looking at for a while, also on my Video Games Monthly wish list, complete in box, would be World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck for the Genesis. So those are my pickups since my last Video Games Monthly, again about April 6th, so quite a bit. Pretty happy with a lot of these. A lot of them I've been looking for a while, and it's just a way to increase my collection. Since I started getting Video Games Monthly, I've decided to collect all these retro games again instead of just getting the games that I really enjoyed as a kid. I'm not really targeting any system, but I tend to gravitate more towards the NES and the Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo than the later ones like PlayStation, 64, PS2, GameCube, that kind of stuff, which Video Games Monthly added. But I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to do more of these and continue to add variety to this channel. So like, subscribe, comment, and thanks for watching. Until next time, Captain Algebra, signing off.